Good Tuesday evening, everybody, from the home office of the News Channel 3 Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Austen Onek with a view of a very nice sunset for this evening. Can't turn the computer around because I got too much stuff around here. Might knock a few things over, but in the meantime, it's beautiful. We have mostly clear skies. Should be a great night for stargazing. Got the lamps on upstairs on the trellis, and also, again, looking at some very mild conditions out there. So far, shaping up to be a very atypical November because right back over here, right over my shoulder, those are my tomato plants back across the back fence area, so we could definitely use a little bit more rainfall to help those out. But the important thing is mid-November, we still have tomatoes and a few other things. You can't see the eggplants down there, but it's growing pretty well, and some of the basil back there as well. So, I mean, it's been quite good for plants in and around the area. As you can see, all of our other basil plants are doing pretty good at this time in the backyard. Continuing to see some very mild conditions into the next couple of days. Still not seeing that much in the way of winter-type weather, even though we're about a month away from winter, believe it or not. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a little bit. We'll also take a look at how dry it is, and we've got a lot of dry weather to talk about in the course of the next couple of days, starting to get more dangerous out there where wildfires are concerned. Taking a look right now at Mars, what's going on up at the Remote Environmental Monitoring Station. As of right now, a couple of days ago, at least, we managed to pick up about a high temperature on Mars of 18 degrees Fahrenheit. That was the high temperature, and a minimum number, a low temperature at the remote station of 108 degrees below zero. So quite a difference in temperature, not quite the same atmosphere, to say the least, as what we have here. If you'd like to know more about what's going on Mars, check out the Jet Propulsion Laboratory's Curiosity rover website. You can find out a whole bunch of information about what's going on with the terrain, the map, what the rover has been drilling over the last few days, the imagery that it's been sending back. Great opportunity to know more. And if you'd like to know more about what's going on up there in general, especially for anything involving astronomy, check out Skyblog 3, our astronomy blog, which is posting to WREG.com/weather right now. And they'll tell you a little bit more about what's going on in the night sky if you'd like to see what to view and when. Not a lot of satellites flying over, but some planets available, and the Leonid meteor shower will be peaking in the next few days. So if you'd like to see more about that, drop by. It'll be posted here in just a little while. Earthquakes in the Mid-South, not much of anything to speak of. Matter of fact, decently quiet along the New Madrid fault line for right now. Information courtesy from United States Geological Survey and the Center for Earthquake Research and Information at the University of Memphis. On the roads home for tonight, sunset approaching, and traffic again at its usual standstill in a relative number of locations across much of the Mid-South as the continued traffic out there as people head on home for the evening hours. If you'd like to see more about this website, courtesy of Vanderbilt University, their vector camera system, which shows a lot of great cameras out there, so you can get a better idea as to what's going on and where across much of the Mid-South to help you navigate through the areas around the Mid-South area and know more about what's coming up there. Currently, again, seeing some gorgeous conditions out across the Mid-South. Downtown Memphis, our Cotton Exchange camera back up and working again. And if you'd like to see more of our cameras out there, all you have to do is go to our website, WREG.com, and click on webcams for more. View from Windike Country Club showing sunset making its way on through. Likewise, around city of Germantown, you can see again a few clouds out off on the horizon, but beyond that, not that much going on at this time. River levels at this point, well below where they should be for this time of the year, and really not looking at much improvement at this point in time. We're showing again the current level of the Mississippi River just above zero stage, at a fraction of a foot above zero stage, in fact, at about 0.62 feet, and it's going to continue to fall over the next several days and weeks. By the time we hit, say, next Monday around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we will see again the potential of that being at about 2 feet below the zero stage. Zero stage is pretty much just a regular arbitrary number, just showing again where the river has wound up on average at a pretty good zero steady level beforehand, and low stage considered to be about 5 feet above zero stage. We're going to be going about 9 feet beyond that to about maybe 2 to 3 feet down in the course of the next couple of days. So we'll keep you updated on that when it comes to how deep the Mississippi River is at this point in time. If you'd like to get more information about this for almanac purposes, go to the National Weather Service in Memphis at weather.gov/MEG. That's their code for out there. Big weather story at this point in time is, of course, the possibility of wildfires out across much of the area. We're starting to see a lot of spot fires out there, according to the National Forest Service from the United States Department of Agriculture, and seeing, again, a lot more activity as well back to the east of us. That smoke over portions of the area back to the east of us has kind of taken a turn away from us at this time and is moving away into around the Carolinas. You can see the smoke off of those fires in the Carolinas has been kind of going the opposite direction, but unfortunately it's having a big effect on air quality. Minor problems with air quality beyond that, but right around the Atlanta area and into portions of the rest of the Carolinas, that's a lot of smoke out there that is just not going anyplace anytime fast. So we could see continued degraded air quality until a large storm system decides to head on through. Tipton County, Tennessee, not showing this for anything at this point in time other than the news at this point. The Tipton County area and the government and the Emergency Management Agency has issued a burn ban until further notice. That's one of the first ones in Tennessee to be issued in this area. That doesn't happen, as I've said before, unless absolutely necessary, unless it's an extraordinary situation. And as of right now, until further notice, this burn ban will continue, which applies to all open-air fires and events that can cause citizens, property, or emergency personnel to be at risk. If you have any questions about that, contact your local fire department and know more about what's going on, or your local division of forestry will be a good place to go to. Here's one of the best ones to go to, burnsafetn.org. There is a number of different counties that have been added to the burn ban. Tipton County has not been added to this list, but numerous counties, especially in the middle and central part of the state, have been added to this at this point in time, right around Knoxville, Sevier County in that area, and then also, again, back into areas mainly to the east of the Mid-South area. There's really not much going on directly in the Mid-South at this time, but the fires that have been noted across much of the area back that direction, Knox County and Knoxville reported right about here, and numbers of fires in the Appalachians and back up toward the plateau. We're seeing, again, a lot of activity from just up and around the Cumberland Gap area, way on down to around close to Chattanooga in that area, and all the way back to I-24. So this has been a very active season, and going to continue to see more activity like this into the next several days and weeks. So definitely want to check out what's going on there. On to Mississippi. All counties in Mississippi are under burn bans at this time, except for 5 counties down into the lower portion of the state. Stone, Harrison, Jackson, Hancock, and Wilkinson are the only counties not under burn bans. That leaves 77 counties under burn bans, including all counties in the News Channel 3 viewing area, from DeSoto over to Alcorn, down to Lafayette, and over to Coahoma and Quitman counties. Everybody in Mississippi is under a mandatory burn ban until further notice. Arkansas, Poinsett, and Cross counties under burn bans in the viewing area at this time. But beyond that, we have a number of counties under burn bans. And we'll continue to see that, again, until we get a good soaking rainfall in here. Wildfire danger, according to the Arkansas Forestry Commission, mainly at moderate, but we're now starting to see a higher level of fire danger back up into the Boston Mountains, around the Arkansas River Valley, and into around areas of the Boston Mountains, into the Ozarks. That's where we could be, again, seeing more possibilities of wildfire out there. So what's going on with rainfall? Not much at this point in time. We've got, again, some fairly quiet conditions. We had some rainfall this morning, but much of what we're looking at now has gone from the area, and chances of anything involving rainfall is just not going to be having an effect on us at this point in time. We do have a new storm system coming in from off the west coast, and this one is going to be giving us better chances of rainfall and maybe some snow to the upper portions of the Midwest area. But by tomorrow morning around daybreak, we've got high pressure and control of much of the country, very much on the quiet side at this point, and then that storm system gets a little bit closer to us by about Wednesday evening. Still high pressure out there and not seeing a lot of any activity for us, but look at what's going on out in the Rockies. A lot of snow, even some ice out that direction, and mixed in with some rainfall at the lower elevations. Thursday morning, crossing into the front range of the Rockies, and by Thursday night, that storm system launches its way off into the mid-plain states. Now, most of this energy is going to go north of the mid-south area. This is going to go barreling over toward the Great Lakes, the upper Ohio valleys, and eventually New England. And this next cold front will be dropping into the area as we get into and around portions of the early hours of Friday morning into around Friday afternoon. This will be our next best chance of rainfall anytime soon. North of that could be some snow up that direction. So if you're planning on traveling anywhere, say north of Denver and west of Minneapolis, definitely want to think about checking your destination, as we'll be watching that system making its way into and through areas north of us. But that will be having an impact on us where it comes to rainfall across parts of the area. Tonight's low temperature is going to be very much on the cool side. Excuse me. Getting some allergies out here, not doing too well. Back in the lower 40s for tonight. Back around the plateau area, mid to upper 40s elsewhere across the mid-south, and mainly clear skies. Highs tomorrow back in the upper 70s, pushing 80 degrees in parts of the mid-south. Winds will be out of the south, and that'll be helping to keep the temperatures up by just a little bit. Wednesday night's lows, upper 40s to lower 50s, not quite as cool there, and just about as warm, if not warmer, on Thursday, pushing 80 degrees there. Winds continue out of the southwest. Now, this is where the National Weather Service is concerned, because these winds combined with very low humidities, and look at these, about 20 to 30%, that's going to leach even more moisture out of the plants, and that's going to bring a better possibility of wildfire danger on Thursday. So we'll have to watch that very carefully. By Thursday night, chances of rainfall not showing up just yet. By Friday morning, showers, maybe some thunderstorms start to make their way into eastern parts of Arkansas and northwestern parts of Mississippi. That overspreads the area through lunch hour on Friday, and that's where we could see again some thunderstorms out there. By Friday night, we see most of that shower and thunderstorm activity making its way on through and heading over to the east of us, and then gone pretty well by about the time we hit midnight on Saturday. High temperatures Friday in the lower to mid 70s, a little bit cooler than where it should be, and then a lot cooler as we go into Friday night. Lows clearing out back in the up, with skies clearing out, lows will be back in the upper 30s to around the lower 40s. Saturday's highs looking very nice, but much cooler, back in the lower 50s. And for Sunday's temperatures, we'll be back right about the same place in the lower to mid 50s. Check out everything that I've got on Facebook. If you haven't had a chance to look up what's going on there, all you have to do is go to my Facebook page at Austen Onek, WREG, and you can find out more about what's all happening across much of the Mid-South area. And that, again, will post a lot of forecast information, a lot of good things out there. If you haven't read before about understanding debate and the back and forth on what's going on with politics, definitely a good idea, time for us to be able to understand each other. The wreck of the Buran, what's left of the Soviet Union, Russia's last space shuttle program, now mothballed and sitting in a warehouse, just basically falling apart. And what are you reading? What would you like to recommend that I read next? Well, definitely want to stop by and give me some ideas on things like that. Also, it's the start of winter weather season, and today is Winter Weather Awareness Day for the state of Tennessee. Thanks to the National Weather Service in Memphis for posting that information. That's all available on my Facebook page. You can also drop by my Twitter account at twitter.com/aonic_WREG. WREG-3, sunset pictures and information about the smoke out there, the newest cloud type to be recognized called asperatus. That's something you can check out. And Hope Street Dog Foundation's Howl of the Moon goes well for their fundraiser as well across the Mid-South. And great news from Greensburg, Kansas, setting a great example with 100% clean energy. If you'd like to know more about that, the Yale Climate Program has more, and that's all available on twitter.com if you'd like to find out more about what's going on with renewable energy and solar and all kinds of things like that. So a good opportunity to learn more there. Questions, comments, concerns, ideas, anything like that. Facebook Messenger, occasionally it works, occasionally it doesn't. So if you'd like to find out more about what's going on or make a suggestion that you would like to see on this video weather blog, drop by here, austin.onek@wreg.com. Email me and let me know, and we'll see what we can do about featuring different things that you'd like to see on this video weather blog. We'd like to keep you coming back, so whatever it is you'd like to see, please let me know. That'll do it for tonight's edition of News Channel 3's video weather blog, Weather Overtime. Tim and Jim have your forecast tonight on News Channel 3 through 6 and 10 o'clock. And, of course, Todd Demers will have your forecast bright and early tomorrow morning on News Channel 3 Daybreak. Also want to say a salute to a lady that I don't work with all that much, but definitely one of the best in the business. Claudia Barr announced her retirement from News Channel 3 last night on the 10 o'clock news. So a very fond farewell to Ms. Barr. Enjoyed working with you when I did have the opportunity to do so. It was a great opportunity to work with you during the Black Lives Matter protest, listening to you tell the stories about Memphis, and again, be encouraging everyone to work together. We need a lot more of that going on these days, and Ms. Barr is definitely one of the best. So Claudia Barr, congratulations on your retirement. You will be missed. I'm meteorologist Austen Onek. Thanks for joining me from the News Channel 3 backyard. We'll have more from the home office edition, I should say. We'll have more coming up on WREG.com/weather, so stay tuned there, and more on News Channel 3 throughout the rest of the evening. Thanks for joining me.